Sous vide cooking is easily as cool as it is functional. Sure, it's not an essential piece of cookware, but it's one of the easiest ways to get professional level cooking results without much effort. My first foray into sous vide cooking was in 2012, and I've used them extensively in just about every restaurant I've worked in since. The technique remains the same, but options have gotten smaller, more powerful, and less expensive. A perfect recipe for home cooks. Today, I'll be using my own professional experience, hours of research, plus a few consultations with fellow chefs to break down 3 of the best sous vide machines for use in a home kitchen environment. Starting number 1, Anova Culinary Precision Cooker Nano. The Anova Precision Cooker Nano is the best way to get into sous vide cooking, but it's also not what I would consider an entry-level machine. It's much better. This option is simple and easy to use if you're just getting started, but I also know several pros who use this as their go-to when cooking at home. No matter how experienced you are, the Anova Nano is incredibly easy to use. The control panel is a simple touchscreen with only 3 buttons to deal with. Getting started is as easy as setting your desired temperature and how long you want to cook. If buttons are too old-fashioned for you, you can also control the Nano entirely from your smartphone, using the Anova Culinary app. Not only can you set the temperature and time, but you can also browse a library of recipes and useful techniques. Sous vide cooking is all about precision, and this model is accurate to within plus or minus 0.2 F of the set temperature. In other words, your food is going to be cooked exactly the way you want every single time. The Nano brings water up to your target temperature quietly, and it alerts you when it gets there. That way you don't have to stand around waiting and wondering when you're ready to start cooking. The built-in clip screws down for a stable fit on a wide range of containers and will more than likely fit a pot that you already have. So you don't have to buy any additional accessories in order to get cooking right away. This circulator is small, accurate, reliable, and user-friendly. While it's not the cheapest model on the market, it certainly won't break the bank. So, it doesn't matter if this is your first rodeo or you're a seasoned pro, the Anova Nano might just be the best sous vide immersion circulator for any home kitchen. At number 2, Monoprice Sous Vide Immersion Circulator. If you're on a tight budget or not quite sold on the value of sous vide cooking yet, the Monoprice Immersion Circulator is a great way to get your foot in the door for about $50. This model doesn't offer a wireless Bluetooth connection like many of the more expensive units, but it still offers accurate cooking temperatures in an easy-to-use package. The design isn't as sleek as my other picks. It's one of the larger options you'll find outside of commercial models. With that said, the Monoprice Sous Vide is not huge by any means, but you may have a harder time fitting it nicely in a kitchen drawer. The touch-sensitive control panel is straightforward and easy to use. There's one button for temperature, one for cooking time, a control wheel to set both of those, and a button to start or stop the machine. The cooking performance of the Monoprice is actually on par with my top pick. It will bring your water to temperature in around 20 minutes, depending on how hot you're trying to go. It's also notable that the Monoprice has a higher maximum temperature, 212 F, than the Anova, 197 F. One trade-off of the value model is that the largest water bath that you can accurately heat is only 4 gallons. While that should be plenty of space for most at-home cooking, you may be better off with another model if you are regularly cooking at bigger volumes. If you aren't sure, I'll add more guidance on how to determine the best volume for you in the buyer's guide below. The Monoprice Immersion Circulator offers incredible value. especially when you consider that the cooking performance is similar to models that cost at least twice as much. So, if you don't mind the larger size and lack of wireless control, this is a very smart pick. At number 3, PolyScience Chef Commercial Immersion Circulator. The PolyScience Chef series is a professional-level immersion circulator that's used in some of the best restaurants around the world. I've used this model extensively in high-end restaurant settings and can attest to its accuracy and durability. In my professional experience, it was common for this model to run for 10 to 12 hours a day, 7 days a week without any issue. There were even some recipes that required 72 hours of continuous cook time. While this model may be overkill in many home kitchens, the fact that it can accurately heat baths up to 8 gallons can be useful for cooking very large cuts of meat or for entertaining. My other top picks are accurate to within an impressive 0.2 F, but this model ups the ante. This pick is accurate to within 0.1 F. So, while a fraction of a degree doesn't actually matter for most real-world cooking scenarios, it will most definitely give you bragging rights over all of your friends. This is another model that doesn't offer any wireless control, so if that's important to you, look back to my best overall selection above. This model is also on the large side, weighing a burly 7 pounds. In the end, this option and its high price might not make sense for many home kitchens. But, if you plan on cooking sous vide a lot, the durability and consistent performance could be worth your while. And, you'll definitely have the most accurately cooked foods on the block.